Hey saxophone players, in this video we are going to learn the DC challenge. The DC challenge is a really fun exercise that's going to make you better at playing your notes on the saxophone. There are a lot of buttons, and so we need to be careful that we only press the right buttons when the music calls for it. So the challenge is to play D, which uses a lot of buttons, and going to C, which only uses one. If you can go back and forth between these two notes, you'll get better at playing the instrument, you'll feel more confident placing your fingers on the button, and then you're ready to basically learn every note on the saxophone. Let's get started. Before we play the DC challenge, we need to learn these two notes, D and C. So, as a reminder, here's our how to read your fingerings chart. On the saxophone, we have the left hand on top and our right hand on the bottom. And so and they're divided by this little line. And when we go down to this note, all of these notes, you see a different pattern. You have different combinations of filled in buttons, which means you press the button. And if they're empty or white, then you don't press those buttons. So let's take a look at D. D uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fingers. On the left hand, this side button means our thumb button. And so I'm going to press my thumb button with just the tip of my thumb. And then I have my left hand, which are 1, 2, and 3. Now, some of you have stickers on your instrument, some of you don't. If you don't, you have 5 buttons that your left hand can play. You skip the top one, place your first finger, skip the second one, place your second finger, and then place your third finger. If that's a little confusing, go back and watch that again. Now, in our right hand, we have all 3 fingers. So, if I was to tell you what the fingering for D is, I would say thumb, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because I would say from my left thumb down the saxophone. This is what a D sounds like. Thumb, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, this is what a D sounds like. Now, the purpose of the DC challenge is to go from a lot of fingers to only one. And now C is only played with my left middle finger or my left second finger. So the other fingers are still hovering above these buttons, but they're not being pressed. So I press my second finger. I use my left thumb to keep the saxophone in front of me. This is what a C sounds like. Again, this is what a C sounds like. Now let's get into the DC challenge. If you still need some time to practice both D and C, back up in the video and try it again. Here is the DC challenge. And the way it works is each level makes your fingers switch from D to C faster and faster. We start out with 4 beats in between our notes to get ready to play, and then we go to 2, and then we go to 1, and then we have no space in between our notes at all. So let's get started with whole notes. Whole notes last for 4 beats. Whole rests last for 4 beats. So D is found on the 4th line of the music staff, and C is found on the 3rd space. So I'm going to play D for 4 beats, pause for 4 beats, then play C for 4 beats. While you pause, use that time to move your fingers to where they need to go for the next note and be ready to play right then. So here, I'm going to play all of level 1 whole notes from the beginning all the way to the end. I'm going to tap my foot this fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, 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 go to C. Rest, rest, back to D. Rest, rest, go to C and play. Rest, 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 rest. And so you're going to be the judge if you are playing this correctly and calmly and easily, or if you still need some time, just keep working at it. Don't go on to level 2 until your level 1 is really solid. Level 2, I need to move my hands a little faster. Level 2 uses half notes, and half notes are worth 2 beats. If a whole note is 4, half of that is 2, and so a half note is worth 2 beats. This D is a half note, and it's a half note because it's a note head that's not filled in, and it has this vertical stem, like the stem of a flower. And so I'm going to play D for 2 beats, and then I only have 2 beats of a half rest to change my fingers to play C. I'm going to go back and forth between these and play all of level 2 right now. I'm going to count you in by going 1, 2, ready, play, and be ready to start right with me. Half notes, 2 beats. Level 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, 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 rest. I want you to ask yourself, did you look at every note as it went by? Yeah, we really want to make sure that we're getting used to looking at notes on the music staff and memorizing what that's supposed to mean and sound like. So, if this is your first time watching the video, you are definitely not ready to go on to level 3 yet. I want you to go back and really use the rest of the first day to really make sure that level 1 and level 2 are nice and clean. Be your own judge as to whether you're successful or not. Now, if this is not your first time, I'm going to go on to do levels 3 and 4. So level 3 and 4 both use quarter notes. But level 3 has a beat of rest in between. So I will have 1 extra beat to think how I need to move my fingers to go from D to C. This is level 3, quarter notes with no rests. I'm sorry, quarter notes with rests. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest. 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 Again, did you watch every note? If you need more time for any of these, pause the video, back up to when I started, and try it again. Now, let's go on to level 4. This one is quarter notes without rests. So I do not get time to pause in between. Quarter notes will always fall on the beat. Everyone tap your foot this fast. 1, 2, ready, go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, play. The DC challenge is going to make you a better saxophone player in no time. The DC challenge is meant to be played every single day so that you can warm up, making your sound really good, and you can get your fingers in the right spot. If you play this every day for about 5 minutes, going through level 1, 2, 3, and 4, you will be successful. I know you're probably wondering, what's level 5? We're going to get to that in the future. If you guys ever have any questions about this kind of stuff, feel free to send me a message on Canvas. I hope this made sense. Make sure you go back and rewind and watch this multiple times and take multiple attempts and all that kind of stuff. Because remember, it's all about getting a little better every single day. Have a wonderful day, saxophones. Bye.